Now taking further, I am going to talk about this Wheatstone bridge combination of capacitors now. Now it's a special case where those conditions of series and parallel and the mixed grouping by combining them in series and parallel partially, it fails here. Just imagine a combination of capacitors which is provided to you, and it is, say, somewhat like this. You have a capacitor C1 here and you have a capacitor C2 here. Similarly, you have a capacitor C3 here and a capacitor C4. So just imagine you have got 4 capacitors connected to A and B. Cell is between A and B this way, and in addition you have a 5th capacitor, and this 5th capacitor is over here, which is C5. This combination of 5 capacitor is represented as a Wheatstone bridge arrangement. Now if you look at this combination of 5 capacitors, you can see you are not able to solve by them straight series or parallel or by mixed grouping, because nothing is clearly series or parallel over here. If you look at C1 and C5, they are not neither in series nor in parallel. Similarly, C1 and C3 are not in series because you have a C5 crossing between them. Similarly, C2 and C5 not in series or parallel. C2 and C4 are not also in series or parallel because you have this connecting between them. I'm naming this point, this is say A, B, I call it P and Q. These junctions, if they are A, B, I call these junctions P and Q. Now we will be able to solve it. I'll solve it further, but first I would like you to tell the result. What important thing, what important result, how to solve this Wheatstone bridge combination, that is more important. So I'll share with you that first. So here we have a condition, otherwise it is unsolvable. Otherwise I can't solve this by series or parallel, because nothing is clear, nothing is clearly in series or parallel over here among these 5. Here we have a special condition, and that special condition is the condition for balanced Wheatstone bridge. Condition for balanced Wheatstone bridge. And that condition for balanced Wheatstone bridge is if ratio of C1 by C2 is equal to C3 by C4. If ratio of C1 by C2 is equal to C3 by C4, or I can also call this ratio as C1 by C3 is equal to C2 by C4. So either I take this ratio C1 by C2 is equal to C3 by C4, or C1 by C3 is equal to C2 by C4. If this ratio exists, then we call it balanced Wheatstone bridge. And in balanced Wheatstone bridge, potential of P is equal to potential of Q. So what I'm saying is here that in a balanced Wheatstone bridge, potential of P is equal to potential of Q. Now what can be the meaning of that? If potential of P, say this is 10 volt and this is 10 volt, it means no charge will go here. It means no charge on C5. If there is no charge on C5, it means C5 can be ignored. So this is a very special situation in a Wheatstone bridge. If you find that C1 by C2 is equal to C3 by C4 or C1 by C3 is equal to C2 by C4, then we can say in that condition potential of P is equal to potential of Q, and potential of P is equal to potential of Q. That means no charge will be accumulated on C5, thus C5 can be ignored. And when I am able to ignore that C5, now I can write Wheatstone bridge like this. And if I am writing this Wheatstone bridge like this in balanced condition, I can write Wheatstone bridge like this, ignoring C5 because no charge is flowing through that. So we can say, we can further show this arrangement like C1 and C2 are in series, C2 and C4, C1 and C3 are in series, C2 and C4 are in series, and I can show it like this. It is like C1 and C3 are in series, it is like C2 and C4 are in series, and thus we can find the equivalent capacitance of this combination. So this is very important Wheatstone bridge combination I have discussed with you, and I have started with sharing with you the condition of balanced Wheatstone bridge. If you ever find this kind of arrangement, first look whether it is a balanced Wheatstone bridge or unbalanced Wheatstone bridge. We will discuss how to solve unbalanced Wheatstone bridge, but first we are concentrating on balanced Wheatstone bridge. Now I am sharing with you three different shapes balanced Wheatstone bridge figure can be provided to you. The first shape, which can be like this, which we have already discussed. You have C1, you have C3, you have C2, you have C4, and then there is a C5. And for example, the values here are C1 is 2 microfarad, C3 is say 6 microfarad. So the ratio is 1 by 3. C2 is here 4 microfarad and C4 is 12 microfarad. So if I take the ratio here 1 by 3, here also 4 by 12, it is 1 by 3. In that case, I can solve it like as though it is 2 microfarad, 6 microfarad are in series. Similarly, 4 microfarad and 12 microfarad, they are also in series, and you have connected a battery here. So these two are in series, and answer of them are in parallel. You can find equivalent. Now another figure of Wheatstone bridge which you may observe, which may be provided to you, is somewhat like here we put 3 capacitors. This is A, this is B. So this is A, this is B. And for P and Q, so over here we have a capacitor connected between them like this. This is another representation of Wheatstone bridge. Similarly, one more representation of Wheatstone bridge which is more simpler is somewhat like this. You can see here. Now let's compare all of them, how they all become 1, 2, 3. This is case A, We understand this. This is case B and this is case C. How they become this Wheatstone bridge. Now first case C. Here it is A, it is B, it is P, it is Q, this is C5, this is C1, this is C2, this is C3, this is C4. In case if C1 by C2 is equal to C3 by C4, then C5 is negligible. Potential of P is equal to potential of Q. So here you will leave it. And thus we can compare them this way. So this is P, Q. Between P and Q you have ignored because it's a balanced Wheatstone bridge. C1 by C2 is equal to C3 by C4 or C1 by C3 is equal to C2 by C4. So this was case C, clear Wheatstone bridge. Let's talk about this one, the case B. How it is a Wheatstone bridge? Let's compare. I am naming them. So I'll name them like this is this time Q and over here it is P. The capacitance are between A and P. You can see between A and P you have a capacitance C1. It is C1. Between A and P you have a capacitance C1. Between A and Q you have a capacitance C2. So between A and Q you have a capacitance C2. Between P and Q you have a capacitance C5. This is C5. I am just trying to compare with this standard Wheatstone bridge figure. Between P and B you have a capacitance C3. So between P and B we have a capacitance C3. Similarly, between Q and B we have a capacitance C4. So between Q and B we have a capacitance C4. So I have just compared this with this, and by comparing we are getting it is also a Wheatstone bridge between A, but just remember in this case it's better to call them QP, reverse order. Instead of calling them A, B, P to Q, call them QP and then compare. So in this arrangement also, if C1 by C2 is equal to C3 by C4, if C1 by C2 is equal to C3 by C4, or C1 by C3 is equal to C2 by C4, C1 by C3 is equal to C2 by C4, in that case C5 is negligible. Potential of P is equal to potential of Q. It means C5 become negligible. So you can leave that C5 and rest you can connect. So it goes like this. And in this condition it is clearly evident that C1 and C3 are in series. Here C2 and C4 are in series and equivalent of them are in parallel. So I have shared with you three categories, three different shape for Wheatstone bridge. So now I am taking one condition which appears to be like a Wheatstone bridge, but it is not a Wheatstone bridge, and it is a case of parallel combination of three capacitors. It is like C1, C5 and C3. The two wires are connected like this. So one way it is evident that it is not a Wheatstone bridge because there are not 5 capacitors here. And the wires, it is kind of short circuiting between Q and P, no capacitor is connected. In this condition I need to know whether they are in series. Answer is no, because C1 and C5 there is a wire, C5 and C3 there is a wire. Whether it's a Wheatstone bridge? No, because there are no such 5 capacitors. So what is this? How this arrangement is? How to find the equivalent in this case? Here I am just comparing with the Wheatstone bridge, and I will try to show how the things are between A and Q. between A and Q, there is a capacitance. I call it C2. Let me call it C2. Let me compare it with C2. It is here. So here in this arrangement, if I'm comparing it with the standard Wheatstone bridge arrangement, between A and Q, we have a capacitance existing here, and here also, let's call it C2. Let's name it C2. Between A and P, there is no capacitance, only a wire. So over here, between A and P, just assume as though this capacitance is not there. Instead, it is only a wire. Between A and P, it is only a connecting wire. There is no capacitance between A and P. Now, I have talked of this. Between Q and P, there is C5. So, between Q and P, yes, there is C5. It is existing. Between Q and S, between Q and B, there is no capacitor. Instead, between Q and B, just a wire. So, between Q and B, there is no capacitor. So, between Q and B, it is just a wire. And between P and B, you have C3. So, between P and B, you have C3. Now, this arrangement I have made in your known Wheatstone bridge arrangement shape like this. Now, when I connect them by wire, there is not a potential drop across a wire. Like, you have this wire between A to P. A to P, the potential everywhere will be same. There will be no potential drop between A and P. So what we can do is, we can easily remove, if it is a wire, I can easily remove this wire. And I can join A and P. So what I am doing here is, I am making this figure again here. It is like A and P, they are connected. A and P, they are connected, and you are left with C2 here. This wire was removed and A was joined to P. So A and P are connected, and then this only C2 which is existing here, this is Q here. Similarly, if I look at this, there is no fall of potential from Q to P. So I can remove Q to P and I can join this B with Q. So here B and Q are joined. And thus, over here, what we will get is C3. And there Q and B are joined. Q and B are joined, and this has reached here. So P to C3. And between P and Q, you have already C5. So just compare this. This situation has reached here. It means they are in parallel. C2, C5 and C3. So C equivalent will be C2 plus C5 plus C3. This is a special case which appears as a Wheatstone bridge but is not a Wheatstone bridge. They are in parallel.